subscribe, and ring the bell to never miss an update. Hello everyone, it's that time again. Today on Lady Mary Beth, we are shopping the Houston Glass Show and Sale, hosted by Max Miller at the Fort Bend County Fairgrounds. Lots of vintage and antique glass from dealers who have traveled from all over the country to share their wares. We'll also shop the best little antique show in Texas right next door. Join me. It is the glass event of the year. Welcome to the Houston Glass Show and Sale, where we find treasures from 1880 to 1980, all with a bit of history. It's a wonderful opportunity to add these treasures to your everyday and also great for gifting. Can't wait to take you along. Let's have a look at the show. Max is a glass expert, and I always learn something new from him, and I can appreciate his incredible collections. Perhaps the most beautiful stems ever made, Fostoria and Art. This was in production from 1937 to 1980. They later sold the pattern to Lalique in 1983, where it was produced for 4 years. The deerwood tiffin is very familiar. My parents had this pink console bowl and matching candle holders. It's always great to be back at the Houston Glass Show. Max Miller is the host of the show, and he has lots of great collections to share with us. You can find him at the Marketplace Antiques and shop his store Friday through Sunday. He's also featured in the Houston Resale Guide and Map. Always great to be here with you, Max.
I'm delighted that you're here because we're excited about this year. We have so much great glass here. It's phenomenal this time. And, you know, we'll be here Friday tonight, 6 to 9. Saturday 10 to 5, and Sunday 10 to 4.
Max is going to share one of his most unique items here at the show today that is museum worthy.
This is a wonderful example of early American glass. It's the wine dispenser in magnet and grape design produced by Boston and Sandwich 1869, and it is in the permanent collection of the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. So it's an icon.
Definitely a special piece.
Definitely, yeah.
Beautiful blue hues and a sweet surprise with a rare blue bashful Charlotte. She is a flower frog from the Cambridge Glass Company, $7.95, and you can certainly place her in a console bowl and adorn her with flowers. The U.S. Glass Company made state patterns. This happens to be Texas with that stippled design. This cake pedestal was made in 1900, and I love it. Max has another interesting piece to share with us that is quite rare and has a range of colors.
Yeah, this is Cambridge Rubina glass. It was made in the mid-20s, and it shades from blue to green to red. And it's just a lovely coloring, and it's on a blank the honeycomb blank, but we love the color range, and it was done by reheating this part, and that brought out the red color in that area.
Gorgeous. Fauvel glass is a rare find. This is the opalware line made by the H.C. Fry Glass Company from 1926 to 1927. It has delft blue colored handles. Pitcher sets are pretty and practical, great for summer days on the front porch. Fenton has some incredible pieces with the cranberry opalescent. They're dreamy, priced at $3.75 for the set, including the 5 glasses. Max has another collection to share with us, and I will also discuss the history of this company as we get further along. Max has some great pieces from Consolidated Glass. We'll share that history in just a bit. Let's have a look at his collection.
This is a vase in the olive pattern in a lavender wash color, and this is the hummingbird design by Consolidated, a pair of candlesticks.
Lovely.
And this is pine cone, another great example. And it's an interior of white with a green color over it.
And this looks like lighting ware here.
Yeah, this is a torchère shade for a floor lamp, and in the Catalonian design.
Spanish inspired, love it. Dealers have brought some wonderful wares from all over the country, and we are about to step into the mid-century. The 1960s was all about bold colors and swung vases. These are all hand-blown, swung to lengthen. The opening is hand-tooled, and they are heat-polished to smooth. And most of these are made by Viking or Ellie Smith. And Viking also made some unique candy jars. I can't decide which color I like the best. The blue or the red, priced at $189.50. That would be a conversation piece. The Fostoria heirloom is a unique item. I like the design. It has an opalescent look to it, and I think it blends with most any style. I've shared the history in a visit to Columbia Antique Marketplace in Tennessee. This candle holder is quite the find. And we are about to step into yet another era with American Brilliant. But first, let's have a look at this Waterford masterpiece. This is from the Jim O'Leary collection. It's absolutely incredible. And at $275, the price is amazing. And the cordials are really sweet too. This Imperial Candlewick punch bowl is quite a unique item. I like that design, and it is a complete set, which you always find with Kim Carlisle, $450, and you can follow them on YouTube as well. The American Brilliant period was quite interesting. I will share the history with you, and there are quite a few companies that created these treasures, including Libby Glass, T.G. Hawkes, Dorflinger and Sons, and Sinclair. Another showstopper, and they just have some incredible finds, and the prices are very good. Can't wait to tell you some of these historical tidbits, including how glass cutting came to America. And I always learn something new from them. The first industry in the colonies in 1608 in Jamestown was glass making, but it took about 160 years for glass cutting to come to the New World, and that was with a German immigrant. Henry William Stiegel from Cone settled in Mannheim, Pennsylvania, and in 1771 opened up the American Flint Glass Manufactory, and that was the first cut glass in America. The turning point in the popularity of American cut glass was the 1876 Philadelphia Exposition, celebrating America's centennial. There was record attendance with rail transportation, and they were captivated by the elegant cut glass. The industry grew to over 1,000 manufacturers of this beautiful cut glass with intricate punch bowls, epergnes, pitchers, and many more tabletop essentials. With the rising labor costs and the introduction of EAPG, Early American Pattern Glass, and other competition, the interest did fade. And by 1908, there were fewer than 100 companies making this. And with World War I, much of the lead was needed for the war effort, and unfortunately, this is something that did not survive the industry. American Brilliant has a 33% lead content, and that is what makes it sparkle. Some kitchen nostalgia. This is also highly collectible. You can find these at antique shops as well. The Sunkissed Reamer has the logo as part of the mold, priced at $149.50. Love the blue. My mother had these Anchor Hocking green paneled mixing bowls. So many great memories with these, and they are priced individually, which is perfect if you were missing just one bowl. $34.50 for the 8-inch. More mid-century and bigger than a Buick with this swung vase. Absolutely the largest one I've ever seen, and quite a striking color. A rarity. Some great mid-century finds with these swung vases. This one is extra special. It's from the L.E. Smith Glass Company in the Amberina color. It measures 37.5 inches. It's quite rare, priced at $1,500, and has a beautiful hobnail base. And this definitely would be a floor vase. Going back into the space age in the 1950s with this Franciscan starburst pattern. One of my aunts chose this for her bridal selection. $30 for a salad plate. Those are harder to find. This pattern was made from 1954 to 1968. The L.E. Smith Glass Company made the Moon and Stars pattern, which is quite a prolific one that you will find in various colors. And it has such a unique design. I can see a lot of mid-century influence there, and it certainly would blend with many different styles. The minuet pattern from Fostoria has quite a unique square base, and I think it is one of my new favorites. These square salad plates are $32. More mid-century fun and vibrant colors with barware. The Mad Men TV series made this more popular than ever. Here's a George Briard sari pattern. Beautiful colors with that paisley print, influence from India. The orange lime green fruit from George Briard, set of 7 for $215. Quite the modern design. And we will also see some top sellers from Culver. And one pattern that is quite rare and very appropriate for this season. I think I can hear Mardi Gras Mambo in the background. And it's nice to have such a complete set. Barware is more popular than ever, especially the Culver glassware from the 1960s. We have some great examples here, including Valencia, a bestseller. This is a rare pattern. It's called Mardi Gras, the double old-fashioned and the highball. And they had a very unique way to create these glasses with a trade secret heat transfer process that set them apart. You could have a complete bar setup with this Culver Valencia pattern, ice bucket, double old-fashions, highballs, and ice tongs. The Coronet punch set is quite the mid-century look with lots of gold touches, and you could even spike the punch. And unique that it doesn't have handles on the cups. Now we'll step back a little bit further into the elegant glass era with this Epergne in the crocheted pattern from the Imperial Glass Company of Ohio. You could even weave a ribbon through that. This was made from 1935 to 1950. It is priced at $80. You could fill it with fruit and flowers for a stunning centerpiece. The Fostoria American pattern is the most prolific one ever in U.S. glassmaking history. Over 400 different pieces made, including this large floral bowl, priced at $250, which means it's probably rare. Here's a very affordable item you might want to pick up for $25 and add to your gift closet. If you have a friend with a birthday, you could run to the bakery, place a cake on top, or a new neighbor that's moved in, bake them a cake. I love that price point. Cambridge ball pitchers are beauties, and I just can't get enough of these. I think this is the most underrated item you find at a glass show. Priced at $125. You could have one in sapphire or emerald. They also made ruby, topaz. The Fostoria Versailles pattern has that unique seashell design. I like this because it lends itself to many styles. Priced at $150. They also made it in pink. This pattern is quite familiar. I have it in clear. The Fostoria Meadow Rose. The azure is an extra special color, priced at $175. I like when I find something that I have not seen before, and this one intrigues me. Very much an Art Deco design. Simple and to the point, and it is elevated. A very modern look for vintage glass. This is the terrace pattern from the Duncan and Miller Company. They were in operation until 1955. This was made in the 1940s. They also had matching stemware. It's priced at $195 for this footed bowl, and there's also a cake stand. Absolutely love it. I like to visit with the dealers and learn about their special and unique pieces that they are offering. And this is something quite special. The Cambridge Adonis urns. They're priced at $2.75 each. You could certainly make this a statement piece on your mantle or your dining room server and fill that with something seasonal, pop of color. They are exquisite. I see a Fostoria American round cake stand and some more kitchen essentials, all with an interesting history. Each of these patterns had a special place in the home of many Americans and probably those around the world. They have a great selection of Pyrex, which is kitchen nostalgia with this refrigerator dish. To understand Pyrex, first we have to go back a bit in history to 1908 when Corning Glass Works of Corning, New York developed a borosilicate glass called Non-X. This was mostly for commercial use with railroad lanterns and battery jars. It could withstand extreme temperature changes. The problem was it was too durable and they weren't getting reorders. It was time to look to a new industry. In 1915, they launched the Pyrex line for heat-resistant glass bakeware. It was quite the hit. Initially, they had a set of 12 pieces, including pie plates. And the name is a combination of pie and Non-X, the borosilicate glass, Pyrex. Let's have a look at some of these fabulous mixing bowls. I would love to hear from you in the comments if you had one of these mixing bowl sets in your kitchen. In 1945, a set of 4 mixing bowls launched, and they were in primary colors: red, green, yellow, and blue. And as we got closer to the 1960s, they developed an entirely new design. In 1957, John Philip Johnson designed this Cinderella bowl set. It was made to grip and pour and had some interesting colors. And yes, harvest gold and avocado were in the mix. That gooseberry was popular, and the Amish butter print in aqua. There are also some rare designs, including this promotional red poinsettia that was only available one Christmas, and the price is $95. That would be a fun addition for holiday baking and entertaining. Within the Pyrex line, there are some designs that are hard to find, including this butterfly gold baking dish. Has definitely stood the test of time. The doors are about to open. Some anxious shoppers. They are here for the glass and hopefully to learn a bit about the history, and I'm meeting lots of viewers out shopping tonight. Let's have a look at this other kitchen staple, one that you probably have seen in magazines today. It's still current. And there were 3 major manufacturers that produce this, and the first one doesn't get enough credit, and we'll have a look at some of their products, including this giant green shaker. Jadeite is pale green opaque milk glass that is still popular today. It has its origins in 1930 with the McKee Glass Company when they introduced Skokie Green, and we have an example here with this salt and pepper shaker from the McKee Glass Company. 2 years later, in 1932, it was copied by the Jeannette Glass Company, where they coined the name Jadeite. And in the mid-1940s, Anchor Hocking jumped on the bandwagon with their Jadeite Fire King. They added an E in the middle of the name Jadeite, and that was made primarily from 1945 to 1975. This durable glass in a fashionable color regained popularity when Martha Stewart showcased her vintage collection on her TV show and in her magazine. And she eventually had private label Jadeite glass made by companies such as L.E. Smith, Fenton, and Mosser Glass that is in operation in Cambridge, Ohio. We are entering the world of exquisite glass. You may remember previous visits to the Houston Glass Show where we chatted with Edward Zawicki and he showcased his collections. If you are headed to the Round Top Antiques Fair, you will find him at the venue in Round Top. He has had a change of address. And stay tuned for our Round Top Antiques show guide and map. A set of 4 candle holders, $3,950, and these look like they belong in the Gilded Age. Absolutely incredible. A cut to clear amethyst glass ginger jar. You never know what you'll find here, and of course it all has a bit of history. These Art Nouveau coupe champagnes are quite interesting. They look to be in Mardi Gras colors, very appropriate for this season. Priced at $3,500 for a set of 10. Lots of American Brilliant, and these are the higher end pieces. You will see there are more cuts, and that means that more craftsmanship was involved. $1,295 for the water pitcher and glasses. Val St. Lambert Beauties, Belgian crystal at its finest. The cut to clear with the cobalt is just something you don't find with other brands. The smaller vase is $750. And some emerald cut to clear. Entertaining reached new heights in this era. I would love to have seen their tables. The cranberry cut to clear chalice is European, $585. You can certainly mix these colors as well. And you will see how these sparkle. It's rare to have a signature or company name on the American Brilliant pieces, but this one is actually signed Libby. And there's one from Taylor Brothers as well. And of course that adds to the value when it is signed. And this plate is $325. Amazing craftsmanship. You could be party perfect and have some fun with this Fenton Hobnail Opalescent punch bowl in aqua. It's a complete set with 14 cups, $1,150, and even an aqua punch ladle. I like that ruffled edge. Many possibilities. And here's another set that I've never seen before. It's from the Duncan and Miller Company in the teardrop pattern, priced at $650 for 21 pieces. And it looks to be patriotic. You could certainly use these cups separately. It's not a very conventional shape cup, which makes it even more fascinating. Here's an aerial view, complete with the base. The Cambridge Draped Lady in amber. And you will see she is also guarded by the Cambridge ivy balls. Yes, there was a specific purpose for these. The Draped Lady is $275, and the ivy balls are $265. And glass goes on forever. It is absolutely the most exciting show. I highly recommend it. Mark your calendars for the next one. And we'll have another quick look at these beautiful finds. And I like that he gives us the idea of how to pair these with your china patterns. This is the Royal Bayreuth from Bavaria. Set of 12 plates for $495, and the Pearpoint Adelaide for $650. So many colors you could pull together with this dinnerware pattern. And now we will see another company represented here, and I'll share the history with you. Max Miller also had some pieces from this same company. The Consolidated Lamp and Glass Company was formed in 1864 with a merger of the Fostoria Shade and Lamp Company and Wallace McAfee. They produced a line of vases, tableware, and lamps. A U.S. glass designer set up shop at Consolidated and brought some interesting designs. He was inspired by a Paris Art Deco exhibit that featured many designs from René Lalique. And he persuaded Consolidated to copy these designs, and that is why many of these resemble Lalique. Reuben Haley is the designer who convinced Consolidated to get inspired by Lalique. And here we have the Lovebirds pattern in opalescent and sepia, and that is the Lalique Peruche pattern. And the Lalique Aris vase inspired this Birds of Paradise. Quite a work of art. If you are shopping the Round Top show, I recommend that you pop over to the Y Station in Carmine, where you will find the same glass sellers, and they do have some more consolidated pieces, as you've seen in a previous visit to the Y Station. Always something interesting to discover. And some Fenton beauties. I can't get enough of the pictures. I think that ruffled edge is inviting and adds a dainty, feminine look to your serving. Depression glass is known for the era in which it was named. There were many premiums. If you went to the movie theater or filled your car up with gas, you maybe got a teacup, and that was to encourage Americans to go to their local Five and Dime and add more pieces to have a complete set. It was very affordable at the time and highly collectible today. I like the pink and green combination, great for parties. And some more Jadeite pieces. For our Canadian friends, the maple leaf dish, priced at $20. And a rare pattern from Franciscan, the wheat in winter green. Here's that oven-safe back stamp. The mug is priced at $15. Gladding Bean and Company, these were made in California. And it is a rare and hard to find pattern, was made from 1951 to 1954, complete with a butter dish. It's Vaseline glass or uranium glass when you see that black light, and it glows. This is an unusual set from the Cambridge Glass Company. A pitcher and 6 mugs priced at $2.95. Fenton coin dot in 2 different colors, and there's that hobnail opalescent. Priced at $300 with 4 glasses, which is also a good selling point if you are gifting that, and that way it is a complete set. Fostoria American, another beautiful punch set. It is quite a graceful look, priced at $4.95, with 12 cups, a ladle, underplate, and stand. We just saw some Franciscan pieces from Gladding Bean and Company, and here is the Desert Rose pattern, which was much loved, and the ivy. My mother had Franciscan ivy. I had every meal off of this pattern, including at my grandmother's house. Blue and red, patriotic look. With the square base, I find that interesting, priced at $12. And the stem is unique. And of course, Cambridge Rose Point. The Fenton baskets are highly collectible, and I think that would be a great addition for springtime. Fill that with some chocolate eggs, give it as a gift. There are also some hand-painted Fenton items, and usually when you turn it over, you will find the artist's signature. The violets are inviting for spring, priced at $65. And there's that signature and the molded mark on the back. This would be a nice addition for everyday use, a pitcher for $59, complete with the glasses. And this square design is charming. I'll tell you more about that and some other styles. Lots of affordable glassware options to elevate your everyday. Anchor Hocking made the bubble, crinkle, and also the charm, which is that square teacup. And there's even one that has the Royal Ruby original sticker. Lots of great and affordable finds here. I always say to remove the stickers, whether it's Waterford crystal or vintage glass. In this case, I'm glad they left the sticker on for us to see. Royal Ruby, Anchor Glass. The green is inviting and perfect for springtime, St. Patrick's Day, and ideal for Christmas as well. $10 for that plate. A rare elephant. This is from the Etna Glass Company, made from 1883 to 1884. quite a rarity. These folks have traveled in from West Virginia. They also have a museum there. And there's just so much they have to share. They're extremely knowledgeable. And yes, Fostoria actually was made in color. The ruby tort plate is $145, and the bowl is the same price. This dish would be ideal for the vanity, or you could fill it with candy. And well priced at $47, could be a great gift. And every piece of glass has a story, and these dealers can usually share it with you. A striking set of coupe champagnes. When you're at the Houston Glass Show and Sale, be sure to pop over next door to the best little antique show in Texas. I see vintage jewelry and some other great finds. Let's have a look. I'm glad we have just enough time to pop over to the antique show that is out the back door to the left into the next building. And we get to visit with Born Antiques and see some of their cameos. There is a renewed interest into this antique jewelry, and that makes me really happy to know that these can be loved again. You can follow Born Antiques on Instagram. I will put their information in the video description, and they are based in the Houston area. They also have some Art Deco rings, which I think is one of the most interesting eras in estate jewelry. We'll have to take a closer look at these. Absolutely exquisite. Priced at $3,999, and it is a platinum setting from 1930. I like the sapphires. That definitely is something that I would enjoy. On my wish list. Priced at $2,900, and that is 18 karat. Sterling silver is always worth a look, especially when you can find estate silver. Let's open this up and take a closer look. This dealer is also based in Houston, and I will put her information in the video description. I think everyone needs a bonbon spoon, and $30 is a great price. Another good gift idea, you could simply gift that with a small bowl, fill it with some chocolates. Some unique serving spoons. And this is a cucumber server. And this is for a certain vegetable. Americans were trying to keep up with Europeans during the Victorian era with our sterling flatware and serving pieces. This is a very unique pea server, and it is from Frank Smith from 1880. And this is for serving ice. It's the Gorham Imperial Chrysanthemum from 1894. A formal table in the Victorian era could have as many as 36 pieces of flatware. That sounds a bit stressful. How about we keep it simple with a bonbon spoon? In the original box, a set of Gorham Cluny Demitasse. This is the old mark from about 1883, priced at $360 for this set. And you know this was very well cared for and coveted by the hostess. This dealer looks straight out of Round Top with a very unique display. Some fun items. If you've never been to Round Top, I highly recommend it. Love that vanity box. And of course, our favorite blue and white in the Zwiebelmuster blue onion pattern. This is an oversized platter with the two swords, Meissen. And more American brilliant. You do find lots of glass at the antique show as well. And quite affordable. $50. And more blue and white. Chinoiserie priced at $25. That could be a display piece. This is an unusual glass. We'll have to have a look. It is from Hawks, one of the original companies, $295. And a showstopper for $475. I'm sure that has a bit of history. Quilts are also highly collectible. This dealer has quite a few. 165 from a local Texas family. A floral design, also 165, and some butterflies. For a bit of Americana, she has some new additions. And one that she recently acquired from Oregon for $225. And I have shopped some James Avery jewelry from this dealer. She's got the maple leaf, sand dollar earrings, and Joy of My Heart. There's a larger version that is still current with James Avery, but they are retiring it, I believe, starting next week. Sterling and 14 karat. And here's a dealer that has some interesting fashion jewelry that also has a bit of history. Would be fun to add a brooch to your wardrobe. Adding a statement piece can also be affordable. And this would be ideal for a Mardi Gras celebration. It's from the 1940s. Some great finds here. And a fish set. This is quite a unique find at this price. That's excellent for $195. And I like the green rim. We'll have to look at that back stamp quickly before we have to say goodbye. Has 2 back stamps. It's Imperial Austria. So glad you joined me today for the Houston Glass Show and Sale. We found some amazing treasures and learned a bit of history about the vintage and antique glass. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Bath. Elevate your everyday with glass shows.